All right, we are live, I believe. Okay, yeah, we are. All right, all right. Welcome to shit, episode 694 of the Black Brain Trust. This is Black Business Talk, ghost kitchens, dark stores, and micro fulfillment. What? What are we talking about? Well, we're gonna talk about some new, let's just say, second layer 4IR. And for those of you that don't know, 4IR, Fourth Industrial Revolution based business concepts and ideas. Um, One of the things that is very big for 2022, particularly in the micromobility space, is ghost kitchens, dark stores, and micro fulfillment, i.e., like last mile delivery, stuff like that. Um, the reason why we want to have this discussion here is because we modeled out the first layer back in 2020, okay, with regards to the primary rideshare applications, right? The digital overlay, right, that allows for these verticals to stack on top. Now we find ourselves in 2022. Um, a lot of regulations have changed with regards to gig economy work, particularly here in California, for example. Um, so we inflation, rising gas costs. We have all these vehicle costs. Even there's all of these factors, right? That's really starting to point to what we're looking at here in terms of the subject matter. Ghost kitchens, dark stores, and micro fulfillment or last mile delivery, right? So we're going to get into this. We're going to cover it. We're going to talk about it. Um, let's see. Let me do this. I always have to, first of all, welcome everyone. Toya, you say you've been looking forward to this. I can drop the link if you'd like to join me. I have some articles we're going to read and we're going to dissect all of this. So let me do this. First, I got to do welcome everyone. Because that would be rude of me to not welcome everyone. And then let me do this here. Boom. There we go. Sorry. I literally just got off a call. That's why I pushed this back like about 15, 20 minutes. I think Mike V is supposed to be joining us as well when he's freed up. Because he and I kind of were throwing ideas back and forth throughout the week. And then I hit him today, let him know we were going to do this. So when he's freed up, he'll be rolling through as well. So Toya, if you'd like to join, we can make it interesting. Boom. And let me do this also. Press. What number are we going to do today? Sound and music is okay. All right, there we go. So press 76 if everything sounds cool. And maybe Toya will want to join us, and then there's my press when I'm done. Okay, no worries, Toya, you're all good. It's apropos, right? We're gonna talk ghost kitchens and you're eating dinner. Haha, right? Okay. Cool deal. Okay, sounds all good. All right. So, Seeking My Creator, you said 76 as well. All right, cool deal. All right, so let's do this. We're gonna first touch on ghost kitchens. Let me do this. Let me share my screen, and we're gonna kind of break down the concept and the idea, and then I'll start blurting out ideas based on what it is that I do and what have you. We'll kind of take it from there. All right. This blog post is from Cloud Kitchens, Ghost Kitchens, the ultimate guide. We've got the inside scoop on ghost kitchens. We're diving into how they work, the different types, whether they're profitable, and how you can get started. Our detailed guide will help you navigate this booming industry and determine which ghost kitchen model is the right fit for you and your restaurant business. This guide will help you answer. We have 6 points here. What is a ghost kitchen? How do ghost kitchens work? What is the difference between a ghost kitchen and a delivery at a brick and mortar? What are the different types of ghost kitchens? How does a ghost kitchen help your restaurant grow? Are ghost kitchens profitable? Okay, that last answer, I can already tell you yes. Okay, so yeah, yes to the number 6. All right, the lowdown on ghost kitchens. Ghost kitchens, aka dark kitchens. Well, that's why I like to make the distinction, right? And I don't know why this is sort of like this Halloween vibe, right? Ghost and ghost and dark. Okay, I don't know what made me say that, but I thought of a pumpkin. I'm thinking like Charlie Brown and like the Great Pumpkin. Um, but no, no, no. But basically, like there's ghost kitchens, the dark stores, right? All right. You've probably been hearing about this new trend circling around the restaurant industry. You've probably been hearing about it in this manosphere because of the brain trust. With the shift in demand during the pandemic, this trend is only moving faster as delivery has become the lifeblood of many restaurants. In fact, in the United States alone, 60% of consumers are ordering delivery or pickup at least once a week. 60% of consumers once a week. Just okay, just those base numbers, right? Like that should get your mind churning. Now more than ever, the cost of running a traditional brick and mortar restaurant is overwhelmingly high, with skyrocketing overhead costs and an uncertain demand period. Simply put, traditional restaurants just aren't built for delivery. Even further, demand for food delivery is at an all-time high. Whether customers are able to order food from their favorite restaurants is in any given city. Customers are browsing their favorite foods online and ordering their favorite dishes directly from their couch. You value your restaurant and the experience it has to offer your customers, and you may be wondering how you can maintain the experience when shifting to delivery. We're here to provide you with everything there is to know about ghost kitchens so you can make the next best decision for your business and feel confident about your success even during unpredictable situations. Now, before I get into this, one thing to consider. You're in a great opportunity if you ever wanted a restaurant, but you don't currently have one now. Follow me on this. Okay? You're in a great opportunity if you ever we're gonna dig into it, but I want to preface this. If you ever wanted to own like your own chain of restaurants, right? Now is the best time to do it without actually owning restaurants. Okay. Now, for those of you that do have restaurants, then you may want to also consider the ghost kitchen model to add verticals to your pre-existing business. See, it's a win-win, and that's why we want to dissect and dive into this. What is a ghost kitchen? Ghost kitchens, also known as dark kitchens, are commercial kitchens optimized for food delivery service. Each delivery kitchen is located in areas with a high concentration of delivery demand. Now, one other thing I want to throw out there for you commercial real estate types, you may want to consider looking at buildings that you can retrofit into commercial kitchens. And then what you do is you bring restaurants into it, and then voila. The kitchens themselves don't have a storefront. Uh huh. And the staff prepares dishes off their menus that are only available for delivery vis a vis the food apps. Think of it as a restaurant kitchen operating as a digital storefront with a few back of house staff members working on fulfilling online orders, i.e., the food prep people, the cooks, and all that, that are either in the pre existing restaurant establishment or the commercial kitchen that you operate a virtual restaurant out of. Instead of a physical location, your presence is digital, allowing you to reach more customers than you ever could with just a physical location. That also is true. Ghost kitchens provide you with prime real estate at a fraction of the cost compared to a brick and mortar. Once again, if you ever wanted a restaurant, now is the time to do it because you don't actually need to own the brick and mortar. Plus, they come with fulfillment and logistic services, so you can focus on cooking. That's where companies like mine come in. With ghost kitchens come endless possibilities in terms of what you can do to launch new brands or manage multiple virtual restaurants all in one place since your presence is online. Let me do something real quick. Okay. When you understand how valuable of a concept this is for the customer, you know how crucial it is to master delivery so you can better meet their needs. Ghost kitchens allow you to tap into the online delivery business, which is rapidly growing and projected to reach $490 billion by 2025. Now, more than ever in the restaurant industry, it is crucial to adapt to the online delivery market to capitalize on market demand. It's all shifted. Don't get me started on how the metaverse plays into this, because now we're talking about metaverse restaurants where you go in, right? And you order the food and then it gets delivered to your actual house. And then while you have your VR set on, you're sitting there eating with your online date. I know it sounds corny as shit, but this is how transhumanism, I guess you can say, is taking effect to a certain degree. In order to remain competitive, it is vital to build a delivery service using a ghost kitchen model that works based on current demand. I so wish I can go into some of the business meetings that I had earlier yesterday and earlier today. I'll do this. Let's say like this. I would say in March, I'll do an actual deep dive. I'll do an actual one based on our own software in March, not right now. To get started in a ghost kitchen or virtual kitchen, you'll begin by renting out space at a facility where you can prep delivery orders, i.e., what I was just saying. Any of you commercial real estate people, one burgeoning market is ghost kitchens. Once you're set up with a commercial kitchen. With the commercial kitchen equipment you need to operate, you'll launch your restaurant brand online across multiple delivery apps, i.e., Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I was going to say Caviar, but DoorDash bought out Caviar some years back. So, yeah. Then you'll watch incoming orders and prepare food in your delivery-only kitchen space. It's more important now than ever to build a delivery model that works. At Cloud Kitchens, we provide the infrastructure and technology you need to run a successful delivery kitchen business. Now, what they do all of the actual like hardware, right? And then there's also the software delivery component. I won't read through all of this stuff because basically it's a pitch for their business, but I wanted to cover the first part of this. What is a ghost kitchen? Okay. This is what it is. It's a virtual restaurant. Welcome to the fourth industrial revolution, folks. Let's see what we've got here. Let me look in the chat and see. Contributing to the new class system. Okay. So, Toya, let's talk about it for a second. Because you say, oh my God, that's genius. It's a no-brainer. Oh, why do you think we're talking about it? Right? You guys don't build infrastructure and blah, blah. Yes, the fuck we do. And we're deep diving. Oh, thank you so much, babe. My daughter brought me some freshly squeezed orange juice that she made. I like how you put the little orange slice on the glass. No, it doesn't. It's perfectly fine. All right, babe, while I'm live, let me finish this up, okay? Sorry, guys. That's my baby cakes. She made some very good orange juice I'm drinking right now. Okay. Babe. All right. Let's see here. Pop-up restaurants. Yes, Koya. With the incorporation of things like Instagram and all that, you can kind of yeah, that's my baby case, man. She's 10 going on 23. That's my little lady. Um and that is a troll. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, pop-up restaurants. Not only do we're talking about pop-up restaurant concepts, but we're also talking about food truck concepts, because all we're talking about is a micro mobility device on the truck. So the food is cooked on the truck, and then somebody goes onto a vehicle that's hosted on the truck, and then outward. And then they can do last mile delivery from the truck. See, so now we're expanding based on where the food truck is. So Mike V is and Rael are big on the food truck concept, and as well as I am, because that largely blew up here in SoCal during like the 2000s. There was this one like Korean. It made like Korean street tacos. There was like some fusion shit, but they used to be around all of like the sort of like the popping clubs that like my buddies and other like promotions groups were doing, that were kind of in the loop. These dudes would pop up like in front of the clubs with a food truck, and they would just be serving like Korean street tacos at the end of the night when people were coming out of the club, and they were just raking in the dough. And then after some time, they got on like Facebook and Instagram and all that. Now we're looking at the next evolution in that, where you're basically on an app, you know. So and it's not even just people like that. It could be literally just us doing it. You don't even have to have a restaurant. You basically are just creating a menu and then making a deal with a local restaurant that's on the apps, or you set up on the apps and then you make the deal with the restaurant. You say, hey, make this food, or you have your own commercial kitchen situation, right? So there's a few models here. There's a few models. Odell, what's going on, man? Peace. Okay, so we're gonna go into what a dark store is, because basically we're talking about the same thing. It's a store instead of a restaurant. Okay. And so, like I said, I want to cover like these concepts, because we'll delve more into them in future talks, whether it's tech talks, business talks, stuff like that. But these are things that are intrinsically tied into what my company does, and these are like so, for example, like if when people go, it'd have been great to get in on the ground floor of Amazon, right, or stuff like that, right? So with regards to micro fulfillment, last mile delivery, supply chain logistics, virtual kitchens, all this type of stuff, this is that time, right? That's why I want to put the concepts out here, and then we can always talk about them further. But we have to understand like what the business landscape is looking like in this fourth industrial post-pandemic sort of crazy world we find ourselves in, right? I think relationships are the least of your worries. I think, matter of fact, I honestly, not to sidebar, but I think you're more oriented and you're more like mature to maintain a relationship in this time that we're in, if you can understand like future business concepts, right? The very things that would sustain you into the future. So I find that all these things are apropos, and that's why we don't just really stick to one thing on this channel, but we're kind of all encompassing. So in sidebar, okay. All right, let's go into what is a dark store. What is a dark store and why are they the future of retail? So, oh, my babe put a straw in my cup. I didn't even see her do it. Thank you, babe. Mm, that is so good. All right. Um, what is a dark store? What is a dark store and why are they the future of retail? Now, think ghost kitchen, but retail store. Okay. A dark store isn't a shop that has shuttered its lights or closed up shop. It's a new kind of retail store that could be the future of post pandemic retail. Whether it's through shopping at brick and mortar retail stores or online commerce, customers expect instant gratification. Let's focus on this word right here, or this term, instant gratification. One of the biggest benefits that brick and mortar stores are their ability to offer products and services to the customers at a moment's notice. There's no product description or product photography that can come close to replicating the feeling of handling a product with your own hands. With measures loosening in much of the northern hemisphere, once shuttered businesses and stores have opened again with a new once shuttered businesses and stores have opened again with a new purpose as dark stores. Because people are all freaked out by that C word. You know, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Dark stores aren't a new concept, but they have been instrumental in helping businesses stay solvent during the C word, P word, and it could be the new face of retail moving forwards. If you're not sure what a dark store is, the benefits they provide, or how they operate, or how to operate one, let's explore what they are together. The term dark store refers to any retail space or store that has converted some or all of its capacity into a fulfillment center. Okay, so think like if Target, if you had a local Target, right, and then okay, it didn't shut down. It just basically closed up the doors, right, so that you couldn't come in, right, and then basically everything turned around to going online, right. So think of it like that. It became a fulfillment center, similar to how Ghost. Similar to how ghost kitchens exclusively fulfill online orders, dark stores are designed to fulfill orders placed on their digital e-commerce equivalent. So now, this is the part of the dark store business we want to talk about. Creating your own brand of stores. We're talking any kind of store you can think of. Electronics store. You can have your own. Remember Circuit City? Well, you could be Circuit City 3.0. Well, there was no 2.0. I don't think. You could be that, but you just couldn't call it Circuit City. You get what I'm saying. All right, but yeah, anyway. Dark stores can offer consumers access to faster and more affordable online fulfillment options than ever before. Although retail experiences may offer immediate advantages, the C word, P word, and the many preventative measures that followed in its wake have made executing it incredibly difficult. With no other choice, customers turned to digital channels to make their purchases, a shift that led to an incredible increase in e commerce sales. According to research from IBM, the pandemic, why did I say it, has shifted the advancement of e commerce by 5 years. Okay. See, this is why we do what we do over here, because sometimes a lot of conversations about social matters and stuff like that, what they don't take into account is how business shifts, and then as a result infrastructure shifts, and then as a result where the advantages, the business opportunities, deficiencies, and all of that stuff lie. And because you don't know these things, you really don't have an accurate assessment of the future. And because you don't have that, some of the things you say sound utterly fucking ridiculous. Now, we've got IBM telling us that advancement of e-commerce, it advanced by 5 years just because of the P word. Let that one marinate. Advanced by 5 years. What that? Okay. Here's how to interpret that. What that essentially means is that it's not as if after your post P word, your supply chain and your logistics operations, all that stuff returns back to pre P word. No, what happens here is that because it's post, now all these technological, these micro, these last mile, these ghost kitchens, dark store, that becomes more of an advantageous business opportunity because people got accustomed to using their phone to do things, to get things quickly. And all this does is speed that up by the tune of 5 years, according to IBM, mind you. To remain competitive, the report details that retailers need to provide a new delivery fulfillment to meet new expectations from their customers. Not to toot my company's horn, but that's literally what we do. In metropolis centers such as New York and LA, many big box retailers have already started transitioning. Bed Bath & Beyond, a home goods retailer, announced in early 2020 that they would be transitioning a quarter of their retail stores into regional fulfillment centers. Fashion brands, which reported record low sales during the peak of the P word, are also shifting their brick and mortar locations into dark stores. In a digital first world where consumers have near limitless digital options to choose from, dark stores aren't just nice to have, they are essential. The dark store concept is already incredibly popular with grocery stores such as Whole Foods, which transformed some of their traditional store locations to cater specifically to online shoppers and their online fulfillment orders, thanks to Amazon and their acquisition of Whole Foods. Here are some other reasons why dark store concept is growing in popularity. Faster, more flexible delivery options. With a dark store, customers have the option to have their products delivered from a dark store that's nearby instead of a fulfillment center or a distribution hub that's far away, i.e., last mile. That's why I'm kind of giving you guys the heads up. Like, this is, let's just say, industry insider stuff that I'm trying to give you guys low key, okay? Or high key, depending on how you look at it. Additionally, by transforming retail storefronts into miniature fulfillment centers, retailers can offer increased retail fulfillment options to their customers. Options such as click and collect, curbside pickup, and pickup in store options can enhance or compete with other fulfillment options such as home delivery and same day delivery. Dark shops also tend to be located in physical locations in dense urban centers, offering click and collect capabilities in addition to checkout counters offers more consumer choice. These micro fulfillment centers, that's going to be our next topic. So this next layer of micro mobility, right, would be ghost kitchens, dark stores, micro fulfillment, i.e. the title of this live stream. Micro fulfillment centers also lower delivery expenses and fulfillment times due to their close proximity to their customers. Dark stores exceed at delivering customer facing fulfillment experiences that center around turning stores into micro fulfillment centers. Physical stores will still be present, but the focus will shift to online sales and fulfilling online orders. Why? Because if, okay, let's look at it like this. You want to know why it's the focus shifts? Because let's say if I want to go to Target and buy something, right, and I wanted to get it like literally like within the hour, I could get up, get in my car, drive over to Target and go get it, right? But what if I could like go on the app and get it and still get it in the same amount of time? Are you going to get up, get in your car, go drive over there, get the item, stand in line, pay for it, get back in your car, and then drive back home? No, you're not. Okay. Fast delivery is one of the core elements of a positive. Wait, hold on. Okay. Fast delivery is one of the core elements of a positive fulfillment experience, and dark stores are perfect at bridging the gap between online delivery and offline sales. Not only do dark stores have the potential to provide a traditional brick and mortar retail experience, albeit limited, they're also capable of providing customers with more than one fulfillment option. Now, you see, they say albeit limited, but for those people that are gonna really like plug into the metaverse like that, oh my god, they're gonna get their rocks off. However, not all dark stores will offer a hybridized shopping experience. Some dark stores may offer a dedicated pickup area inside, in addition to sale displays and shelving. However, another brick and mortar location might designate the majority of their shop floor as a customer-free zone for optimal picking and increased warehouse efficiency, which is smart. We're talking about reappropriating your current so for example, it would be like, let's say if you owned a Best Buy and you were like, okay, we got all of these, you know, physical Best Buy retail locations, right? Like you analyze like which ones get super high foot traffic, which ones don't. The ones that don't, you may want to maybe make the showroom part of the store smaller and then make more of the store an actual fulfillment center versus the ones that get super high foot traffic. Those are the ones you want to actually leverage your in-store retail sales, right? So it's kind of like a sort of reassessing of how you leverage one, these new technologies, and two, your current um, retail space. So just to circle back to the ghost kitchen concept, it would be the same thing. If you actually have been operating a brick and mortar restaurant, and then because of like things like the M date and all that kind of stuff, let's just say you see like a drop in sales and stuff like that. Well, how do you scale that back up, right? Well, maybe what you do is you become somebody that either you operate another quote unquote store virtually, right, to get a whole maybe separate customer base, or you allow somebody to come in and then you make the food for their ghost kitchen, right? And then there's a revenue split on that, right? See, so these are ways how you can bolster your pre-existing business utilizing these concepts. Splitting and spreading store delivery across a variety of hybrid dark stores can also improve inventory and warehouse management. If a product is sold out in one dark store location, retailers can dispatch last mile delivery couriers hello, to fulfill that order from another location within the same day without having to rely on a fulfillment center. What was I just telling you? Oh my God. You guys, I know my shit. I know my shit. Okay. This is great orange juice. Thank you, babes. According, I'm sorry, spreading inventory across different multiple dark stores can also help control inventory more efficiently. Sometimes stores with too much inventory lack the physical space and logistics to accurately manage their stock. By splitting up their stock over more stores, stores are able to track inventory levels, accurately fulfill orders, stay on top of stock replenishment much more efficiently. Distribution, logistics, and fulfillment costs make up the bulk of the costs associated with online order fulfillment. When in-store pickup and curbside pickup are included as options, the high distribution costs and long fulfillment times that traditional warehouses demand simply can't compete. Regardless of the industry, fast fulfillment times are key. Yes. Okay. In the context of online grocery store orders, food products and perishables risk spoiling if the logistics and supply chain can't keep up with the demand. So now we're talking about things like what is that? There's a company called Shipped. What's the other one? I guess the groceries for people. What is it called? Why am I? Instacart. Oh, I was drawing a blank right there. So, okay. See, the intrinsic problem here, right? What happens if you get a ton of orders coming through these platforms, right? Food products and perishables, but you have a lack of drivers. Guess what? They run the risk of spoiling if the logistics and supply chain can't keep up with the demand. This is once again where micromobility comes in. Horn tooted. Automated pickers and machinery might make sense in the context of a large warehouse, i.e., Amazon, but their expensive price tag and demand for more space and inhibiting factors are inhibiting factors for local retailers. Local retailers do not need bots. Here's the other thing. This is once again why we try to do these deep dives, because as soon as we sit up here and we talk about bots and AI and all this IoT and all this stuff, everybody, oh, the bots are going to really start just thinking above humans. We're like, no. Okay, listen, you're not just going to have bots doing every goddamn thing. Okay, in huge warehouses, yes, bots are probably, in order to facilitate things like this on a localized micromobility level, perhaps say on a regional, municipal, or national level, you probably are going to need bots that can just move 24/7 to move shit quicker so that it gets to the last mile delivery hubs a lot quicker. That way the humans can get it out a lot quicker. Like, stop thinking so low base. We got to start thinking more intelligently about how it is that we go about wielding this. We wield it. Let's see here. Traditional physical stores already dictate high rent prices. By switching to a hybridized dark store model, traditional retailers can offset their capital expenditure by simultaneously offering online shipping fulfillment as well as faster and cheaper home delivery. Guys, I'm not even trying to sound prophetic here, but I know my shit, okay? I really do. Dark stores offer massive growth for the businesses that adopt them, but many retailers will struggle to implement it successfully. Now, this is where the business opportunity comes in for the would-be person that wants to create a dark store brand. Like, literally a whole curated store brand. Like, um what's a company that I can what's a store brand that I can think of offhand? Um Sharper Edge, right? That company kind of has like gadgets and devices. Like, that little like weird pendulum thing that Seven Granules has on his desk all the time when he does his live stream. Like, Sharper Edge has been selling that shit since the 90s. Like, when I used to get the Sharper Edge catalogs, like, well, my stepdad used to get them, and I used to always like bug out on all the cool shit in them. So imagine if you started like your own Sharper Edge store and you were able to offer like same day delivery no matter what your market was. Like, just let that one marinate. You're a legit store, right? You're not like, oh yeah, order and then we'll get it to you in a couple weeks, or wait till it ships from China. No, it's like, oh, you want this? You need this tonight for an event. Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead and order it now. We'll get it to you. For stores that want to offer fast e-commerce shipping for their online orders in addition to a traditional retail experience, and that's the sales pitch. And I'm not going to read that. I really just wanted to break down the concepts. Okay, let's see here. We're going to do this. Jay Charles, Johnny Blaze, what's going on, y'all? Jay Charles, man, what's good, man? It's been a minute, fam. B from Brock, you said food truck 3.0, man. You ain't never lied. What, Toyo? What are you laughing at? That's actually a really cool and great existing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, Toya, that's the thing, right? It's sort of like what we have to do is brainstorm, right? Okay, once again, if we're talking about infrastructure, right, and all this shit, okay, it's already built. What do we do to make it fit for the future? This is the question. The answer is what we're talking about. It's not like a question where there's no answers to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like legit hella answers. Like, there's like hella videos on this channel given that, and we're talking about even more. even more answers that ultimately, if implemented, they stave off things like gentrification. This is how this is how you not only how you keep your shit, but add value to it. There's a whole bunch of other things tied into that, but this is some of the things that people can roll out, and it doesn't take a whole lot of knowledge with regards to like having to code some shit or do this, that, or the third. Really, what it is that it's bringing in additional revenues, right? Because what revenues do also, they collect tax revenues. Tax revenues are applied to your given municipality. That's how that takes care of, you know, like public issues, roads and beautification projects and all that kind of stuff, right? It's tax revenues that pay for this type of shit. On top of that, you have active businesses. So if you have food establishments that actually have like 5, 6, 7, 10 quote unquote restaurants operating out of them, that establishment's making money. And then the operators of these quote unquote restaurants are making their money, virtually speaking. Okay, I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds pie in the sky, but it's fucking real, right? Because we're reading articles about it. Tori, I'm not like directing that to you. You know what I'm saying? Ah, there he goes. Boom. Yo, yo. Wait for Mike to pull up here. Yo, Mike. Okay, he might be getting his mic together. I'm gonna wait for him to pull up before I pull the micro fulfillment article up, and then maybe what we'll do is we can get a dialogue going, or maybe we can like toss business ideas and concepts back and forth. But um, the main thing here was to basically break down how. Okay, Mike will pull back up here in a minute. All right, but basically the whole idea here was to kind of break down so like the three primary components here to sort of like more localize supply chain logistics and last mile delivery and what can be utilized, right? Once again, we're talking restaurants, stores, stores that can be anything, any kind of store you can think of can become a dark store. Think about it. It doesn't just have to be like a regular restaurant or I'm sorry, a regular like Target type store. It could be something special. That's why I said sharper image, even, right? Um, you can have your own. This is the time we're in, right? See, so what we want is for posterity. We want these conversations on the record so that we know that these conversations were had, right? We've deep dived and looked into what the new trends are, what we're actively engaged in terms of our own professions, gives us these insights. Why do you think I'm telling you this shit? Okay, I'm not sure. Here, let me do this. Let me drop the link again. Because I know Mike was up, but I think he was having a problem. Not sure what happened there. Well, you know what? Let me do this. I'm gonna go run to the little boys' room because I downed all of this. Well, here, let me get the last of this orange juice. Oh my god, that was so good. No, literally, because the orange trees are popping. And Miss Char, really, if you're listening, okay, I'm gonna send you some oranges. Okay, so you have to get at me and shoot me your address, and I can get you some oranges. But the oranges are ready, and we've been going ham on them. And oh my god, that orange juice she made was lovely. I can feel it in my bones. All right, I'm gonna do this though because I drank that whole cup of orange juice. I need to go to the little boys' room. All right, wait, there's Mike. Yo, what's going on with StreamYard, man? Yo, Mike, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go, bro. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. What's going on?
Chilling, chilling, man. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Listen, shit, man. This is like a topic you and I've like gone in heavy on. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the ghost kitchens, the um, the dark stores, micro fulfillment, last mile, all this type of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But 2022 kind of marks the point where this is really going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now I need to do this. I do need to just go run to the restroom real quick because I was sitting over here. I was drinking a bottle of water, this orange juice. Now I need to go like just run over there real quick.
All right, right.
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna pull up the micro fulfillment article when I get back, and then after that we can start deep diving into shit. All right,
No problem.
all right, bet. I'll be right back.
Yep. It's been a long time, man, since I've been on these panels, and so I feel like a guest here, but I'm one of the founders. So I definitely think that what Complex is touching on is something that we have been talking about probably the last couple of years as to what this means, in terms of like community development and things like that. And so with retail going to the wayside recently because of the pandemic, you're starting to see a lot more space become available. We're not talking about maybe 500 square feet, 1,000 square feet. You're talking 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, even up to 50,000 square feet of space being available, like off stores like Sears and Roebuck and Office Max going out of business, and then you have Toys R Us and Blockbusters and things like that going out of business, and so all this real retail space became available, and now you see it all over the country. I know we see it here locally, and so one of the things that happened, and during the pandemic, is that here locally in Boston, a lot of your corporate space, because people are not going back into the office, um, landlords are losing out big time on the uh, the rent, the monthly and annual rent that gets paid out, because a lot of companies decided that, well, we're not going to go back into the office. Maybe it's best that we, work remote. Okay, fine, but they're not going to also renew their leases. And so landlords said we have to do something with all these, with all these buildings becoming vacant and all these vacant parcels. We have to do something about this. And so here we have a lot of buildings being turned into biolabs. And the reason why they're being turned into biolabs because Massachusetts is the number one place in the world for life sciences. And so now you start to see these spaces get reclaimed for STEM purposes. Okay. And so what Complex is really touching on is these ghost kitchens and micro fulfillment centers. We're seeing all of these sort of retail spaces get, in some of these other corporate real estate, get turned into these sort of dark kitchens or ghost kitchens, dark stores, micro fulfillment places. We just had one open up here recently called GoPuff, which basically is a fulfillment center. It's a dark fulfillment center. All you see is cars lined up outside, but you see people in this dark or this sort of muted light sort of vicinity being, picking, sort of like items and stuff and dumping it into these baskets and shipping it out. And so that's what we're dealing with here. And so we got to be able to jump on the opportunities that come out of the retail going to the wayside, corporate real estate going to the wayside, companies not coming back into the office. PayPal Boston, they left 2 years ago, or they left back in 2020. Okay, they're not coming back. They already said it. Expensive furniture and a lot of expensive electronics because they didn't want to take it anymore.
Were you speaking on Mike? My bad. I'm back.
But you need to operate from a brick and mortar perspective, that may not be the business. But for us, this will be the business because micro fulfillment, ghost kitchens, dark stores, um, that's going to be the move. Go ahead, Papa, please.
All right. This one is from Modern Materials Handling, MMH.com. Um, what micro fulfillment is? Micro fulfillment, sometimes called hyperlocal fulfillment, involves a sort of automated storage found in distribution centers, but at a much smaller scale and closer to consumers. It responds to growing e-commerce and shrinking brick and mortar sales. The micro fulfillment trend was already emerging before the C19. Now, I'm sorry. Now the ideas of turning retail locations into touchless vending machines has an even broader appeal, and that kind of started with the was that the Amazon Go stores, Mike?
Yeah, you could say Amazon Go stores, but you also had these shipping containers, right? A few years
Yeah,
back where they would convert them into like big vending machines, right? And so you wouldn't have to go to like a CVS or a Walgreens. You would just go to this vending machine that would have maybe 80% of what you needed from a brick and mortar stuck into this little, it's inside this 20-foot box.
right. All right, Britton Ladd, Chief Marketing Officer for Pulse Integration, joins Senior Editor blah, blah, to discuss the trends in micro fulfillment and how the current future landscapes might drive adoption of compact automated storage solutions, which you just talked about, while spurring supply chain evolution. Pulse Integration, a Webco company based in Pittston, Pennsylvania, combines design expertise and seamless integration with international transparency to provide clients with scalable engineered solutions. I don't really read through. I'm not trying to do their sales pitch. Oh shit! Uh, Where's the? I thought I had an article on this. Well, you know what? It don't even really matter. Okay, because we kind of really just covered it with the last article with regards to what micro fulfillment actually is, right? So it's basically hybridizing retail space into warehouse space, right? For last mile distribution, right? So reappropriating, because look, if it was just primarily just retail stock, right? That means that the products literally just sit in the store and you're just waiting for people to come in and buy it versus saying, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to take 50, 60% of said inventory, right? So let's just take like every unit of stock you have in the store, you're going to divvy it into a 60-40. 40% will be appropriated for the people who walk in. The other 60 is for anybody that orders something on an app, right? And because you have so many target stores that are strategically located to, like, let's just say 5 to 7 miles apart from each other, right? Theoretically, that means that last mile delivery can be had in any direction from any store within about 3.5 miles, which means that if we were to calculate a vehicle that's doing, let's just use a base number, 15 miles an hour. So at 15 miles an hour, you can cover 1 hour and 4 minutes. So that means that theoretically, you could order something, and if it could be dispatched right at that moment, it could get to you within about 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, and we're talking about just in time, right? That JIT sort of
JIT.
term,
Yep.
right? Just in time. It becomes the norm now. People expect that. The consumer expects that I can have this instantly right now as soon as I pull out my phone.
Yeah.
And so the micro fulfillment aspect satisfies the consumer in that area. And so now instead of having these food deserts, now you have you know the the fulfillment aspect that closes that gap, right? That nutrition gap or whatever you want to call it, the food desert. But in reality, you don't need to go to a store if everything can actually be fulfilled at a micro fulfillment center and by bodegas, right? So now you're talking
Right.
about turning the bodega into a
Bang. Let's
micro
talk about it.
fulfillment.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because what you just said, as far as the food deserts, right? We literally just terraformed them, right? With like the ghost kitchen concept the dark store concept. Okay, because if we're talking microgreen production, i.e., indoor greenhouse microgreens and greens production, right? You could do like, dude, like you could also do tomatoes and other all indoor. Now you're talking about whole produce sections.
Now we're competing against the Amazons, right? Because here
Boom.
we don't allow Walmart to come into the city, right? There's basically a ban on Walmart coming in there because it would destroy the smaller businesses. And so, in order to protect the smaller businesses, we keep Walmart out. But when you start talking about micro fulfillment, this is an opportunity to get into the space at the minimum investment. And you're actually employing a lot of Black people in this area because now you start taking micro transportation, these nice backpacks, and the power of the smartphone and the tablet.
Hmm.
Suddenly, you have a whole new paradigm of retail that we haven't seen before.
And I mean,
This
and
is
and the,
kind of what Jumia does out in Africa, which
in
is
Africa, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, Jumia is basically the Amazon of Africa. And so now we see this happening. We see it being tested already over there. That's already working. We know it works. So now we can
right,
come back here and we can say, okay, we already have a case study. Let's go.
right, right. And what we're also seeing here, based on some of the articles we've covered here in recent weeks, is that there's a ton of money flooding in to companies that can accommodate all of this, right? See, so there's a whole entire digital platform, a whole entire logistics backbone with regards to that platform. And then there is the hardware, and then there's also the actual logistics on the ground, the actual people to get products from point A to point B. The race right now is for who can do it on a micro scale from a last mile perspective. That's why that article you sent me that we covered, was it last week? Bolt,
Yep.
$709 million, bro.
$790 million of investment or market
S-
valuation.
No, $709 million investment. The market valuation was like 2.1 billion or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
That sounds about right.
yeah, yeah. So this is where the money's going. This is where everything's shifting.
Well, the other aspect here too, and I don't know if you've covered it. I'm just now coming, catching up with you. But some of these opportunity zones, which is what happened here, is that these old warehouses that were, been run down for probably about 20, 25, 30 years have been converted into these ghost kitchens,
Hmm.
right? And so rather than to knock them down, repurpose them with grant money and also money from the SBA and money from the Fed,
Yeah.
repurpose them into these ghost kitchens. We have shiny new equipment,
Boom.
and and we have some solar panels on the roof because we're trying to meet these sort of renewable energy milestones, right? And
Hmm.
so now you have this ghost kitchen set up that's probably like 10,000, 15,000 square feet, and you have people just constantly cooking all day long and serving these food trucks back in there. And you think that the food trucks are, radically different. There's well, these food trucks, they're probably dirty. I don't really trust them. In reality, they're cleaner than actually the brick and mortar restaurants, right? Because they get cleaned down at the end of the day. And before they even leave, they have to be cleaned too, right? Because they're receiving the food and then they're dumping the food at the end of the day. And so
Right.
what I'm saying here is there's a lot of opportunity that's going to come from that. And I don't think that people are really people who don't really understand the intricate details behind it. No, they don't understand that this is the sort of stuff that happens behind the scenes. That some of this some of these old rundown, dilapidated places that are considered to be blighted can be had for pennies on the dollar, as long as you pay the back taxes on it. If it's been down
Right.
10, 15, 20 years, you need to put 10% down on the back taxes so that you can actually take the property, because the state and the city wants the money because it's not making any money if it's sitting abandoned.
I'm gonna bring this up right here. Let me show you. Let me see. Let me all right. So I want to show people what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Oh wait, hold up. All right, y'all see this right here? So this is a ghost kitchen in Santa Monica, right? This is how their shit looks in there. Imagine like a large industrial warehouse space
Mhm.
with a whole bunch of these type of kitchens in there, and each one of these is a restaurant, right? In air quotes. What they do is they serve out of the food apps. Now they are in a place where you can walk, so you could order it on the app and walk up and get it. But you notice this isn't a quote unquote restaurant like that. They have like a little space where you could pick up right here and kick it
Mhm.
right here and eat. But for the most part, this is what it is, dude. This is a commercial space. This ain't nothing but a bunch of kitchens in here. And in here, they got like 39 restaurants operating.
Yeah, if you have restaurants that kind of serve similar food, it makes it a lot easier to um, basically cater to the menu and not so much to the restaurant itself, the branding of the restaurant itself. You just cater into the menu.
Right.
If you got five seafood places and all of them serve fish and chips, do you really know the difference?
No, you don't, because you're on
Right.
the app, dude. You don't. That's the beauty. That's the beautiful part about it. I think, man, I gotta find his email, man. Black the Film. He was on one of the last live streams earlier. And like this kind of sparked from a conversation we had towards the end of a live stream. We was talking about ghost kitchens,
Mhm.
and he's talking about doing one. I think in Atlanta, right,
Mhm.
doing ribs and stuff. Like he's been looking all into this, so he knows what time it is. And he was telling me about he was doing some research, and he came across an article where this dude was looking into. He said that he noticed he ordered like different food off of this app, like different types of food. But what
Mhm.
he started noticing was it was coming from the same place. And so he
Mhm.
went to the place, and it was a Chinese food place.
Mhm.
Man, this cat has 7 restaurants cracking out of that one place.
Right.
He was making everything, bro. He's making pizzas, burgers, Chinese food, like you name it, Korean.
But
I don't know.
I mean, you have these sort of pizza ovens, right? These sort of conveyor belt.
Hmm.
You throw it in there, and in 5 minutes, that just comes right out. It's not a microwave, but it's an actual
No, it's an
pizza
actual
oven,
it's an
right?
actual pizza oven. Yeah.
Right. Right. And so you can time 5 to 7 minutes that's going to be done in the app. All you need is an API to connect to it, and it's going to actually calculate when it started, when it gets finished, and when it needs to be picked
And then
up, or
when
when it
needs to
needs to be
go when it
shipped
needs to
out.
go out. Yeah, dude.
And you would know, right, if you're shipping it out, right, and let's say you're on a scooter, you would know the time that it's going to take to get
Yeah.
from the restaurant to the
Hmm.
person's house. And the other aspect now I see Google starting to do this is that they're calculating what the carbon footprint is, how much CO2
Word.
emission is coming out. Right. I think that started a few weeks ago.
What? They're calculating the carbon footprint?
Yeah.
Shit.
Now I know
Okay.
Gas Buddy as an app will calculate the carbon footprint. I saw them doing that years ago. When I used to drive around for for IT work.
Mhm.
Whenever I would set the location that I was going to be going to, it would tell me how many gas stations I needed to stop at, how much CO2 I was kicking out per mile and whatnot, or for the whole trip. right? And it will say you put out this much smog and whatnot. But this is where we are right now, right? So
Yeah.
now you're talking
Yep.
about electric vehicles, and you're talking about bike lanes open up. The time to ship it is going to be significantly less than what it was prior to the bike lanes opening up. So, to your point, all of these bike lanes and shifting of the environment, ghost kitchens, all of these things tie into each other so that you have an outcome that's going to be beneficial for everyone.
Man, look, dude, that's why see, that's why I keep referencing like the guerrilla farming live stream we did,
Yep.
because that one kind of sets the tone for all of this,
Yep.
right? It kind of sets the tone for all this because that was sort of like bare bones, sort of ground floor, how we can start using all this shit to terraform black communities, right? Now, dude, we're sitting over here talking restaurants, we're talking retail stores. Now we're
Roof,
talking,
rooftop farming.
bro.
Rooftop farming is what we're doing out here, right? And so that's a part of the guerrilla farming aspect,
Yep.
that there's monies set aside for all of this, right? When I posted about that guerrilla farming, that was just one location. There's 100 locations.
It's,
We
man,
work
it's
with
popping everywhere.
yeah, we work with the indigenous Indians, the Native Americans, and they have land that they acquired from the federal government back into their hands, right? And so now they're terraforming their acres of land that they acquired, and SNAP, WIC, any sort of government supplemental resources that are allocated to people who are in need, you can use that at the farm. So if you
Me,
want to buy, fruits and vegetables and stuff like that on the SNAP card or whatever it is, you can do that. It's approved.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even from like we talking like organic produce, all that stuff, man. Like shit, that shit is subsidized. You can buy that shit, like, dude, with EBT, WIC, all that stuff, right? You don't have to go and you can go and buy like organic produce and all that stuff from farmers markets with the EBT and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
So if you're using all that, like that's just another method and
Mhm.
another incentive for doing that. Beef and Brock, he said, this is all about trimming the overhead. What's the maintenance on automated machines? You know,
So
I was typing something in there, but like
yeah.
let's just talk about it.
Mhm.
But
No, I was just going to say some of the research that I work with Ujima, which is a nonprofit themselves,
yeah,
and so around 2016, 2017, we looked into this. I actually looked into this, and you don't have to buy the equipment. You can lease the equipment out. And leasing is something like 5 to 7 years because you don't want to own equipment, right? Most businesses fail within the first year. You don't want to own the equipment outright. If you're a business, if you're a startup business, you want to have the most minimal cost going in, and leasing it is going to be the way to have that minimal overhead.
I'll say this, man. I'm in the business of literally providing all of this turnkey. Okay, so that's why. Just to answer that question, I'll give you my answer, Beef and Brock. Um, like literally for what it is that we're developing in our end. Like if I get an operator like to start operating, let's just say Dallas, Texas, right? Okay, the software application will can accommodate two essentially two rideshare based modalities. One is just basic rideshare, which is, hey, me and my lady, we're down in the Dallas area, we're downtown, we want to get some scooters. We're going to ride around to this restaurant. We're going to stop here and eat. And then we're going to go and check out this little jazz thing. We're going to ride on over there and then we'll lock them up and then we'll go back to the car and then that's that, right? That's one business model, right? So now we're talking about micro mobility just from a basic civic standpoint, right? Being able to move around in your environment. Okay. Then let's just say that same operator that's operating that fleet can hit a button and then say, well, you know what? There's high delivery demand for Amazon for this, for this, for that. Let me do this. I'm going to take part of my fleet and I'm going to switch it over and make it available for people who want to work and then they can go ahead, rent the vehicle, and then go make the runs, and they get paid on each one,
Commission.
right? Yeah. Actually, it's well, it's actually it's an actual we divvy up. So we did all the Mike, I'll send you the spreadsheet on all this shit. We did calculations based on like uh, and we projected low $3 per delivery from a micro mobility platform. I was telling my partners five because in LA your flat rate delivery service for like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all them right now is $7.50. But that's in a vehicle, right? See, so
Mhm.
let's just say you go to micro mobility, I would put it at $5 to make it extremely profitable. You could basically though put it at $3 and make a killing, right?
Yeah.
I'll send you the spreadsheet so you can see what I'm talking about. But
Mhm.
um, the thing about it is that um, the vehicles are very simple. Battery motor controller, right?
Mhm.
Dashboard. That's pretty much it. And then maybe like a shock absorb, front fork shock, or if it's a bike, basic shit. It's not a car. That's essentially my ultimate point when he's
And
saying
it doesn't require insurance. It doesn't
yes,
require
yes,
registration, right? And so now
yes,
the minimal cost has already been met.
yeah, yeah. That's the main thing, right?
Helmet, yeah, okay.
Oh, hell, okay, um, dude, like, okay, what we were actually looking into dude, the insurance requirements are so simple for this. Like you said, it's more of a business insurance cost more than anything. It's not like a whole personal insurance cost, and which is exuberant and all that kind of shit. Like basically to answer your question, Beef and Brock, it cuts it cuts overhead across the board.
Plus, you're mass employing people, right? You're taking black teenagers coming out of high school or coming out of middle school, and they're
Yes,
working from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's going to be a good portion of your workforce, your labor. And if they need to get paid, we have Cash App for that. And you can scale this across the country.
oh
I
my
think
bad, dude.
combo. Yeah, I think, yeah, I
My
think
bad. I was
complex.
muted up. Yo,
Okay.
there's black to film right there, man.
Okay.
Hold up. I don't know if the link is out because he's the one that's actually looking to launch a ghost kitchen in, I think, Atlanta. Hold up, yo, Black,
Now
if you
this
could join us, bro. Here's the link.
now bringing this up, there's a black female startup who has this food container, basically
Hmm.
like a food locker that can go inside, multi-tenant buildings and stuff like that, where they can stick the food inside there. The delivery person would stick the food inside there, and they go and get their food out. The customer go and get their food out if they have the app, right? And so the
Hmm.
food's not stolen and things like that. And it keeps the food warm because it's plugged in. But it's a locker. It's a food
Is a
locker.
locker, kind
Yeah.
of like the like the Domino's pizza joints now, right? Where so for example, you order online and then you just literally instead of getting in line, you walk up, right? And there's a QR, right?
Yep.
You scan it, and then the joint opens up, and then it's the actual like tray where your pizza is, right? They have all like these heated IoT based locker devices and shit. That's exactly what you're talking about. They have them in all these pizza places right now.
What's up?
Yo, yo,
Yo, I'm here.
what's good? What's
I've
good
been
with you,
waiting for
man?
this. I'm good. I'm good. I've been waiting for this for
Man,
the last
hey,
couple of days.
hey, throw your email in the back chat, dude. Because
Okay.
I was trying to find your email earlier. Also, I'm glad you pulled up, dude.
Okay.
I
Okay.
put
Let me
Yeah,
see
throw
what
it in the
I
back
get
chat so I
feedback.
got it, bro.
Okay. Okay.
I,
Let me,
I put
Go ahead, Mike.
let me just fix this.
Yeah, there's a lot of feedback coming from.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I gotta do the hack, bro. Hold on 1 second. Every time somebody new comes up, you gotta do the hack. All right.
So I put the
Okay.
I put the link in the back chat for the black female who launched a startup called Lavi. If you could share the screen real quick, I think it's really dope. What she's
Hold up.
doing.
You put it in a private chat.
Yeah,
Wait,
private.
you put it in the private chat?
Yeah, it's in
Put
the
it in.
back chat.
Hey, put it in the private chat again, dude. I don't see it. And I'll pull it up. All right, there it is. All right, hold up. All right, y'all see this?
Yeah.
There we go.
Black-owned tech company creates smart locker for no contact food pickup. They're already fulfilling that supply chain aspect.
Wow, dude. How does it work? Food lockers. They have any pictures of the? They don't have any pictures of them, but no, it's just. But this is like kind of what the hell? It's kind of similar to what we were just talking about here with. Well, there it is right there. You see there? Y'all see this?
I can see the screen. I don't see what you're looking for.
No. This is the food locker right here.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's one right. I was looking for pictures. Here it is right here.
Yep.
Right. So you come in here. There's a tablet. Right. And then based on your order and your order number or your QR, it's going to unlock one of these.
But there's something new, Complex, that you may or may not have discussed before. There's something called UWB, right?
UWB?
Yeah.
What's that?
So UWB is a new Bluetooth spec, and
okay. I need more pictures of this.
Ultra
but
wide.
We can see it right here.
Right.
This is it. You say UWB. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So when UWB is basically Bluetooth, it's a radio communications standard similar to Bluetooth, if not Bluetooth, that allows for proximity measuring. So the closer you are to an object, the ability to unlock something or to engage something, right?
To access it.
Yeah. And so this is, you get the smart locks and things like that. That's what this is for.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have a locker like that, if you have the right device and your device is authenticated on the blockchain, then you don't need to actually put any codes, any QR codes, or anything like that.
It's proximity.
Yep.
This is dope right here, dude. This is dope. This is like a new age vending machine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You could even use this as a delivery hub, technically, when I'm looking at it.
Yep.
Right? Like these things can double as a hub. This is how I think of this shit, dude.
You can replace a store if you move it at scale.
Legit, dude. You could literally use these.
Right.
Or like a rack of these or a row of these, right?
Right. And so if you collected enough data based on retail sales and you can see what's trending, you can stock that.
Just stock the shit.
You can stock that locker with what's trending, and people will know based on the app that says, hey, 2 blocks away from you, some Crocs are available. You needed some Crocs.
Or either that, dude, or the Crocs go in here and like literally there's a delivery dude comes in, boop, picks them up and delivers them in like 5-10 minutes. That's what I mean.
I'm thinking not just one item,
a
stock of items.
Right.
Because we know it's trending.
Dude, I got ideas.
Yes.
Yo, Black, what you got, man? Is he there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just was mute. I was drinking my milkshake. Yeah, I'm here, bro. I'm listening. Nah, I was just matter of fact, it's funny that I caught you because I was just out getting dinner, tried to go to the Popeyes. Yo, the line was stupid, bro. I had to say fuck. I had to say forget about it. The line was stupid. So I said I can't see how you can fail with anything in this city. I can't see how you can fail with anything that has to do with food in Atlanta. I can't see how you can fail because they out here in my neighborhood. These drive-throughs, Chick-fil-A wrapped around the corner,
The wrapped around the
everywhere,
corner.
everywhere wrapped around the corner. Yeah,
We're looking at high demand, right? Not only
yeah.
from people going to MOT. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Okay, he dropped off. I think he'll be back.
High
Okay.
demand,
High
high
demand. You got
demand.
high demand. Well, you got high demand just from people going to the restaurants, and then
Yeah,
on top of that, here's the main problem. Main problem is that a lot of these restaurants are once again they're inundated with orders from the apps. Now,
yeah,
now here's the issue here is that you do realize that like the Uber Eats and the DoorDashes and all that, right? They
hmm,
basically eat into the margins
yeah,
of the
yeah.
restaurants. So what
Hmm.
happens here is that the restaurants literally are almost making those orders at cost. They don't
Yep,
make any money on them. They
yep,
literally cover operating costs
yep,
and that's it. And and
yep.
and I guess what you're trying to what you're supposed to do is leverage volume. I think you leverage volume on profit margin, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Right. See, so there's a fundamental problem that they're running into. And this is the reason why now you have these long lines at the restaurants because the employees are busting their ass, right? Because not only do
because
they have walk-in customers, drive-through, they also have the apps. But guess what? They're
well,
getting
I
paid.
wouldn't call them. Well, I wouldn't call them employees because the people I just dealt with at this McDonald's over here,
Yeah.
bro. Let me tell you, bro. I ain't even gonna say it like that, but man, man, amazing.
The problem is that they're largely being overworked. Why do you
Yeah.
think? Like? It's crazy, dude. Dude, this goes back to like maybe 2018, maybe fucking BGS when we was talking about how you had a lot of the fast food workers like saying $15 an hour, and everybody was like, Why do fast food workers deserve $15 an hour?" I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know how many orders?" Like,
But I'm gonna tell you
come
the
on.
game. What's going on? I'm gonna tell you the game. What's going on? Because once upon a time, when I was in LA, like probably about a couple years back, 6 years or so, I did DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? I did DoorDash, and DoorDash at the time. No, I did one of them, but one of them wasn't with McDonald's yet, right? McDonald's was only with Uber Eats.
Hmm.
It wasn't with DoorDash, right? So DoorDash was low key giving away food to get people to go to the door to
I
get people to
remember.
go to McDonald's
I
to
remember.
get the food. And then after a while, McDonald's was like, "Are you from DoorDash? Or we can't take that order."
Yep.
And that was before they got them on. Because for the longest time, they would not do business with DoorDash. They were strictly Uber Eats, and it was
But
crazy.
at the end of the day, dude, like they all look. It's at the point now, and this is kind of where even like what with what we're doing without going into too many details, how
Hmm.
we're able to leverage those other platforms because
Yeah,
there's more demand than there is supply.
yeah, yeah,
That the orders spill over into third parties, right? And then that's
yeah,
when now what happens is through algorithm, what we're doing is we're sorting orders out and everything, and then we're routing them
yeah,
through micro mobility platforms.
yeah. And that's why I'm about to start my barbecue restaurant. As a matter of fact, I
Yeah, I
talked
wanted
to
to
the
talk. I
cook.
wanted you to
I,
talk about that, bro.
yeah, okay, cool, okay. So real quick, my father has I don't know what you call him, a brother in his church. They're both deacons, but this guy, his barbecue is stupid, bro. He's so serious about barbecue. He got a whole trailer, like one of those real big
Yeah,
smokers. That's a whole trailer. He got that junk in his driveway, and his name is stupid. Like I just had him get on Yelp. His name is called I don't need no holiday to barbecue. That's his name.
Wait.
And
What's it?
the name is I don't need no holiday to barbecue. That's
I
his
don't
name.
need no holiday to barbecue. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah. And when I heard that name,
my God.
and when I heard that name, I saw money. I saw dollar signs, right?
Yo.
And I was like, bro, all you want from me is $20 for some food?
Yo, how do we
You
get it popping in LA? How
you
do we
know
get
what
it
I'm
popping in
saying?
LA?
You felt complex. You know you hooked up already, bro. You with me.
Hey,
I got
whoa,
you.
whoa,
I got
whoa,
you.
whoa,
B.
what?
I got
Wait. Okay, wait. There's your email. Hold up.
Okay, that's my email. Yeah.
I got it. Hold up. Let
I
me
got
make sure
you,
I
B.
do this shit right now. Hold
Yeah.
up, dude.
I got you, B. So
I'm
anyway, let
about
me
to
continue
hit
with
you
the
right now.
story.
Go ahead, though. I'm listening.
So anyway, I saw the dollar signs, right? And I started talking to him, and he's real humble. Like, he's humble. And I was like, that's cool. You just want this $40. You don't really want, this multi-million-dollar brainiac. That's cool. I'm going to get at him, though, because, you can't always be too hard body on people, right?
Yeah.
So over time, I was just like, every so often I say, man, you need to just be cooking. You need to just like really be cooking and doing your thing. And he's like, I like to work when I want to work. And I was like, whatever. What does that even mean? They're like, I want to work when I want to work. And I was like, that's cool. So like I just put him on Yelp. I just had him get on Yelp a couple of days ago because he's on Yelp right now too. So anyway, I said, so one day I've been telling him for the longest, all you got to do, man, is like just cook the food. And I was trying to put him on PayPal and get the way to make the money work, get the money before you make the food, right? Like PayPal and all that cash apps and all that stuff, trying to put him on some game, how he can, buy, because he got like in his garage, he got like three deep freezers in his garage, you know what I'm saying? So he know how to buy his meat. He just don't know how to collect the money for the orders before he start cooking. And it's kind of funny because he pulled out a notebook and he got like a bunch of notebooks that got all the orders written in them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, he got the orders on the notebook. Man, we can't do that. We can't be putting the shit on a notebook. Hey, Beef and Brock, I gotta mod him up for this one.
Yeah.
Beef and Brock
And
said Beef and Brock said you gotta change. What'd he say? Yo, change it to no holiday.
No holidays, okay. So anyway, I was like, bro, don't you know you can have, I can set you up with a website. You can have the Google form, and you can be getting the orders, and you can basically like put some design to it where you can understand what's working, what's not working, who's getting what, when, how, what. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you just got it in a notebook, and it's not connected to. And then you could hit people up with email offers, right?
Whoa. Black, look in the chat.
Okay, what happened?
Look at the chat.
I'm looking. Hold on, what happened?
Mike, look at the chat. Tali, come on, man.
I have a couple of food trucks. Yeah, what's up, bro? Come on down there. Come on down to the A.
Yo,
come on down to the A.
Man, hold up. Let me drop the email. Come on, man. We trying to get this restaurant group together, man.
Come on down to the A, bro. We about to franchise it. Hold on.
Yo,
let me find that video. Let me find that video on YouTube where the dude finds out the one Chinese restaurant cooked like eight different. Dude,
that's
foods.
what I was telling. Can you talk about that? Can you tell him about that?
Okay. So there's a guy on YouTube, and he did a YouTube video. He was like, I did this video because he know when he ordered on DoorDash or GitHub, whatever it was, he noticed that the food is really good, but he noticed that the address, it kept coming from the same location. So he was curious. So out of curiosity, he went to the location, and he found out it's a Chinese restaurant. It's a hole in the wall Chinese restaurant. That junk ain't but like an aisle.
We got a whole eight restaurants cracking out.
Yeah, he got a whole bunch. He got 8 restaurants: Italian, Mexican, American. His restaurant, some other restaurants cracking out of there. So he decided to order from more restaurants. And what he found out was that in his city, I think it was Brooklyn, he found out that like the majority of the restaurants on these apps like Uber Eats and stuff are ghost kitchens in New York City. They ain't even real restaurants no more, like a real restaurant. It's like an alley. Like your food is literally coming out of somebody's trailer, like a real trailer.
Man, look, you got cats. Look,
hold on, let me find the video. Hold on.
Look. There's a brother. I'm gonna big him up. Mm-hmm. If y'all in LA, there's a brother who makes like. Wait, hold on. You know what? Let me. I'm gonna pull him up. let me pull them up, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight them. Like people
So
think
what
we
I
bullshit. They think we
oh yeah, we not
bullshit, bro.
bullshit. I'm gonna tell them the punchline. So one day I caught the brother again, my father's deacon brother. He was at this. They have like a men's group every Saturday, and my dad makes me go. So I caught him. He sits at our table. So I caught him there, and I said to him, and my other homie that does marketing was there. My father's other deacon brother. He younger though. He more like me. Me and him on the same page. Like we about to start our own church like Reverend Ike. We about to start a church like Reverend Ike for the brothers, but our ministry gonna be about getting the money. You know, we have to be talking about Reverend Ike shit because the dude at my father's church, he turned into a televangelist. He ain't even. I say when you put a man on the jumbotron, what do you think was gonna happen? It's all about him every Saturday, and I was like, that ain't doing nothing for me. I need to be coming here and walking out with an envelope of $1,000. And if we can't do that for ourselves, then we really got problems, you know? So
man, look, dude. Hold on, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Because I'm gonna pull up some shit. Like, because I want people to really peep game. I want people to kind of peep game on this shit, right? This is a brother that's out here. He's on the west side. He's out here in LA, right? Check this out. All right, Brandoni Pepperoni.
Yeah.
Okay, this cat makes like artisan pizzas, dude. This nigga be putting like edible flowers on his shit. Right? Yo, like, peep this shit. Peep the name of this nigga's pizzas, dude. Hold up. Nigga, like Faux Life, Function, Chiba, Big Bang, Steady Momming, Way Too Funky, Poetic Justice. Yo, he makes these out of his crib. Pineapple.
Yeah, I believe it.
I got 5 on it. Only in Cali. Let's ride. California.
I believe it.
Yo, this is the move. This cat is running a pizza joint out of his house.
Yo, I told.
Come on.
I ain't even gonna put it out there like that. But let's just say,
I'm not trying to put. Don't put all your shit out there, because
yeah, I know, yeah.
You know, because we got to talk on the back chat, because now we got Tali in the mix.
Yeah.
You know.
but I found the ghost kitchen, and I was like, damn, the margins ain't gonna be what I thought they was, because the prices they charging and the way that they do it. And I was like, yo, I could just get my cousin to just, do the whoop whoop.
Man, look, dude. Man, like that's all these cats look, man. They're making a killing doing it this way now, bro. Like, man. That's why I was hoping you was gonna pull up, dude, because we had talked about it on the last live stream.
It was a messed up day for me. I had a little bit of a, I'll be in sales, and one of my clients was bugging, and I had to, you can't bullshit a New Yorker, and I'm from New York, so I opened up a can of worms doing the closing. I had to figure out.
Look, man, how to get out of it. Why you think I be like canceling live streams and shit, dude?
Yeah.
I stay having to do that, man.
Yeah. So I had to figure out, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna tell them what it is, and they can either ride with it or not. Because I was like, I can't bullshit a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker, and I can't explain it because it's really technical. So it's like I'm trying not to be over techy with it. But at the same time, they wouldn't understand it just saying it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna sound like bullshit.
Hold
so
on
I had
a
to
second.
put something like this.
Hold on,
Mike
V had,
okay.
I'm just saying Mike V had to bounce out, so he put something in the product. So Mike,
there go the links to the videos, guys, about the ghost kitchen. Where all your
that's what's up, man. I'm glad you dropped those. Hey, Mike
links.
V, salute family. Hey, I appreciate you for rolling through, bro.
I don't know if that's the one that I was looking at, but I'll put it up next time because I can't really find the one that I was looking at. But one of those might be the one I was looking at. But I think it might be Vice.
Well, we covered a couple. Basically, what I did was sort of like this whole sort of digital platform, right? Whether it be ghost kitchens, dark stores, or micro fulfillment centers, right? It's kind of all the basic concept, but it's split up into 3 different. Right now, like so, for example, ghost kitchens and dark stores. Basically, it's literally fundamentally the same concept. The only thing is that one is a store, one's a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
See, so that's where now what we need to start doing is looking at new retail. I'm throwing this in air quotes, right? Because it's dark.
Hmm.
It's not
Hmm.
actual physical, but new store concepts, new products, new ideas, right?
Yeah.
Right. And because we're not talking about basic ass drop shipping where, you know, you order it and then some ship it gets shipped to China or get
Yeah.
shipped to
Yeah.
you from China
Yeah.
in, what, like 2 weeks or something. But we're talking about like you order it and it gets to you in an hour or it gets to
Yeah.
you in a couple
Exactly.
hours.
A couple of minutes, even. That's what
Yeah,
they're
a
really
couple
trying to
minutes
go for.
even,
Yeah. A
depending
couple of
on where
minutes.
you
Yeah.
at, right? See,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
now this is where we at now. We looking at like that instant shit, right? How
Hmm.
fast can we do it? How fast can we get it? Look, dude,
Hmm.
man, look. If your pops, you say it's your pops homie, who is it?
Yeah. It's his homie. It's his deacon brother. He like I don't know what deacons call each other, but they're both deacons at his church.
I think they just
And
call
so
each
they
other like brothers, right? They would call it,
brothers. Okay. Probably
yeah,
brothers.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
within,
So
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
within the
Yeah.
clergy, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but the thing about it is that think about like if people know, man, they gonna get a barbecue plate, dude, within 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to tell him. I'm trying to tell him that what he got to. What I was gonna do was I was gonna buy the food from him, right? I'm gonna get the ghost kitchen Thursday through Saturday, and
Right.
we just gonna serve meals to his out. Like whatever I buy from him, the 30 racks or 35 racks
He
of
gotta
ribs I
he
buy
gotta
from him.
cook during those
Yeah,
times.
yeah. He got to cook it, deliver it to me
Yeah.
Thursday, and then we
Okay.
just serve it Thursday, Friday, Saturday until we out. But for what I keep seeing here in the A, I think I'll be out by Thursday. I think that same Thursday everything will be gone. Like it won't be nothing
Man,
left
listen,
because these
dude.
cats, man, they don't cook. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, I
They
lived
don't
on two sides of town because my dad lived on another side of town. I live on another side of town, right? And on his side of town, the drive-throughs is the same thing. Like you went to Chipotle, the line was around the corner. It was like a concert. It was stupid. And then I come out here and the line's still around the corner. And it's a whole different neighborhood. But it's really like that all
it's
over
all
this
over.
one
No
city.
matter where
Yeah, this,
you go,
no
dude,
matter
the
where you
line
go.
it's dude, like man, okay, we're gonna have to just do more deep dives on this, right? Because there's
Yeah, we
more
got you. But it's money
because
here.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like we're seeing like the shift, and this is kind of where what we're trying to do is we're trying to attach like what's happening
And you know
on
what
the
the crazy thing is? You know what the crazy thing is? The only reason why people even come out their house is because a lot of people. I don't want to say this like this, but you know, these delivery apps come with hefty fees for delivery, right?
hmm
And
hmm
that's a discretionary income thing. You know what I'm saying? Because white people usually have anywhere between I don't know exactly, but they have. I'm gonna just say approximately anywhere between 3,500 to 5 grand a month in discretionary money. Discretionary money for you guys in the chat is money that you have after all your bills are paid, right? It's just extra money. After your bills are paid, you don't went out and party, you don't brought gear. It's like the money, you got so much extra money, you're like, damn, what do I do with it? So, unfortunately for black people, a lot of us don't have those discretionary funds. So we try to still eat out but avoid the delivery fee. But if we can find a way to do delivery fee in volume, like I was telling my cousin, what I really
dude,
want to
micro
do,
mobility, dude. Like
yeah,
I,
that's
I
what
was
I was
just
saying.
breaking it down, dude. Like the
There
you
you
like
go.
your basic flat, your
Yeah.
basic last mile flat rate delivery in Los
Yep.
Angeles, right? Is $7.50.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
like the calculations that we did for the stuff that we're putting together, we did it at
Yep.
$3.
Okay.
Okay, what is that? That's like a third
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
or
A little bit.
almost on or abouts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. On about. Mm-hmm.
Of three point something percentage, whatever, right? But
Mm-hmm.
that's less than half of the going rate, and at that,
Mm-hmm.
that's where okay, the consumer spends less, and operators make more. I
Mm-hmm.
was touching on this early on. It's a win-win.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you
That's
factor
what it
in
is.
last mile micro mobility delivery, that's why I told Tall E, I'm like, bro, you got food trucks?
Mm-hmm. Oh
Shit.
yeah, bro. Listen, I'm telling you,
Like
the
we gotta
restaurant,
talk.
the restaurant is rolling around your neighborhood
But wait a minute. But like, if you got a
Yeah.
vehicle that you can deploy off of that truck to go and make a delivery,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah,
right?
that's
You
what
see,
I'm
so
saying.
again,
Yeah.
you're not just locked into where the truck is.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
the truck is where the truck is, and then
And
you
then
have
yeah.
delivery options from a radius of, say, like about, I would say on average, like it's going to be about 3.5 miles out from that
Mhm.
point. So no matter where
Yeah.
that truck is, now think about whatever deliveries you can get within a 3.5 to 5 mile radius of that truck.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do because unfortunately, people of color, I know we like to think we are flossing and we study stunting and we doing the best. All of us aren't, and that's my thing. See, because for me, 90% sucks. So even if 90% of us are doing good, I'm like, what's wrong? Why can't we bring the other 10% up? You feel me? Like if passing is 100%, we at 90, so we're not even passing, but we're way lower than that. You know what I mean? So
Yo,
so we gotta make it work
that's
for
what I'm
that.
trying. We trying to like, look,
Yeah.
man. Look, I do what I can do, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Put
I know,
cats up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put cats up
Yeah.
on game, right?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, look, check it out. I'm gonna cut it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cut this one here. Hey, but look,
Mhm.
can you? Hey, hit me in like 15, 20 minutes, dude. I emailed you my
Okay.
number
Got you. Okay, I'm gonna call you. Peace.
because we got to do the Afrofuturism shit, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
We
yeah.
got. That's what I'm
Sun
saying. Like
Ra.
we were supposed to
Sun
like link
Ra.
up to do that shit
Yeah,
like a
we
minute
been
ago. The
supposed to
Sun
do
Ra
that.
joint.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna call
So
you. I'm looking at it right now.
yeah.
Say
That's what I'm
less.
saying.
Yeah.
I emailed you, bro. Like hit me in like 15,
Okay.
20. All right.
Okay, cool. All right, peace. All right.
All right, bet. Okay, y'all. Man. Well, first of all, I wanna thank Mike V. MOT came up. I don't know. I'm not sure if he had an issue with his mic. But I also want to really thank um, Black to Film for coming up because he was actually kind of like the impetus for this conversation from the Sapio live stream. I'm trying to remember which one we was on, but towards the end we started talking ghost kitchens, and he was already in the process of putting one together, and he had already done his research. So that got me to brainstorming. I got with Mike V, chopped it up with a couple of cats, and I said, you know what, like let's start to cover this. Let's start to cover this whole sector, right? Ghost kitchens, dark stores. Dark stores, again, they could be grocery stores, they could be electronic stores, they could be this, that. Doesn't matter. It's on a digital platform, and a person can get it within the same amount of time as if they were to get into their car to go get it, right? So these are this sort of like the second layer of fourth industrial based business concepts that we want to make sure that we're staying ahead of the opportunity curve on. So we want to continue to have these discussions and deep dives. We really only scratched the surface for the most part, even though I think we did kind of give y'all the scoop and the skinny on all this, right? But I think maybe, I don't know, man. I'll go with Mike. I'll talk to Black to Fulfilment. We'll kind of get more into detail about these subject matters going forward. Because, like I said, man, this is some new shit. This is like Restaurant 2.0. Real talk. This is like Restaurant 2.0. Okay. I appreciate y'all rolling through. We may do a Sapio live stream tonight. I'm not sure. We might hit y'all with 3 joints in a day because I did an upload earlier. Be sure to hit the like and share this with your fellow foodie and restaurateur aficionados. And we may be back later this evening. All right, you guys. Peace.